Hi, at Top Rogers Place. It's the Oilers TV live post-game show. Tom Gazzola with you as the Oilers drop a 4-3 overtime decision to the Chicago Blackhawks. Patrick Kane with the winner. We'll throw it down now to Oscar Klefbom, playing his first game back in 3 games, coming off a shoulder injury.
Get that point, because that's really important for you guys right now.
It is. Every point is huge. I mean, we had a tough start of the season, so we can't afford to lose some more points now, and we know they were gonna come out good because they had a tough night yesterday, and they played a solid game. But I think we played fairly good tonight too, and Talbot made a hell of a game. And like you said, just get that point gives us a lot of confidence going into tonight's or next game. Sorry.
Does that finish to the game maybe give you a little bit more of that belief system back heading into the next one?
Yeah, I mean, last season it felt like we came back, I don't know, several times in the third period. It felt like we were never out of it, and now we get that feeling going again. Like, it's never too late. If we just get the first one going, like tonight, we're a tough team to stick with the lead against. So we're just going to keep our head up here and focus on the next game, because I mean it's a long season, and I mean this was a huge point for us.
As a team, is there anything that you guys notice on the PK that's different on the road versus home? Because on the road your numbers are great, but at home it hasn't been good this year.
I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, it's some tough bounces. It goes off the post, and it's tough. I don't know. It's hard to describe why it's not working here. I mean, obviously we face a very good power play too with a lot of skilled guys, but if our PK is not where we want to be right now, we have to stay out of the box, especially against a team like this.
Maybe we could have got more second, third opportunities, but that's kind of how we ended up scoring 2 of the 3 goals anyway. So, no, he did stand tall in there for them, and found a way to break them at the end, but disappointed he couldn't get that second point.
And the start was really good for you guys as well. What maybe changed in the second?
I thought even in the second we weren't too bad. I mean, they got that power play, which kind of obviously set us back, and then another power play in the third period, but that push at the end for us is something that we can build on. Even though we had a ton of shots, I still don't think that was our cleanest game. I mean, we know when we play well and when we don't. And tonight probably wasn't our best game, but we still found a way to push back and claw our way back in it.
Is there anything you guys as a team are seeing differently in your PK on the road versus home? Because on the road your numbers are great, but here it just hasn't been good.
I don't know what the difference is right now. I mean, obviously the numbers are drastically different, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on something specific.
So the Edmonton Oilers do salvage a point with a couple goals late to tie things up and set it into OT. 50 seconds in, it was Patrick Kane scoring the game winner for the Blackhawks, who came into this one losers of 3 straight, 1-5-1 in the second game of back-to-backs thus far this season, 1-5-1 as well in their last 7 road games. However, Chicago does prevail. Here is the game stats from tonight. Edmonton and Chicago tied at 1 after 1. The Hawks went into the third with the lead, and it would be the Hawks adding an insurance marker. Edmonton tallying 2 late in the period to send things into OT, and then 50 seconds in, it was Patrick Kane with the heartbreaker. Shots on goal, 45-36 in favor of the Oil. They did pepper Jeff Glass, the 32-year-old, making his first ever National Hockey League appearance tonight in goal for Chicago. He was solid on this night. Face-off percentage, 52.5% for the Oil. The power play goes 1 for 2. The PK just 1 for 3 on the night. The Oilers do win the hit battle in this one, 31-21. Of course, Edmonton back in action as this 4-game homestand continues Sunday, the New Year's Eve game. That's a 5 o'clock start against the Winnipeg Jets. So the Oilers were looking for points. They get 1 out of 2. They were looking to get back into the win column after what was a sloppy game in Winnipeg the other night. They were much sharper, especially early on in this one. However, they did let the Hawks stick around, and then the Hawks took advantage, smelled blood, built up that 3-1 lead. The Oilers did bounce back, force OT, and then, of course, Patrick Kane ended it. We're going to send it down now to the Hawks room live.
Yeah, it was pretty good. A little more exciting than I needed to be at the end there, but unbelievable goal by Kaner in overtime, and it feels pretty good.
They fired a lot of shots at you. Did it help to just get lots of pucks and feel it a lot?
Sure. In the first period, it felt nice to touch the puck. I'm sure if I didn't have any shots, I would have been sitting there wondering what's going on. But it felt nice to touch the puck, get some saves early, and then it kind of felt routine after that. And we have a great team here. It's just easy to kind of stop the puck back there and just do my job.
At what point did you know you were starting?
2 in the morning when we got in, and they told me last night when we got off the plane, kind of got to the hotel. So I was able to get some sleep last night and get a morning skate in and kind of go to work.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to watch any of that World Junior game today? What did you think about maybe way back when you were in that spot and kind of full circle? Yeah,
no, actually it was on when we got here, and it was just going into overtime and then the shootout. So I tried to kind of get ready for this game, but it was on my mind, and it's always good memories from the World Juniors. So it's kind of this time of year, I guess I'm kind of lucky.
Most guys do this when they're 22, 21. No one's waited longer for this start than you. Was there ever a moment out there to give yourself a chance to drink some of this in?
Not yet, but I'm sure I will some point. Right now, I'm just trying to help this team. We're in a playoff hunt. Our star goalie's out, so my job's kind of to fill the gap right now. And you know what? Tonight was just a step in the right direction, and hopefully we can kind of continue this now.
Parents here?
Parents are here. Wife's here. 2-month-old daughter flew in, so yeah, I'm pretty excited to see them right now.
How many are you going to have in Calgary, you think?
A few more than I had today, so yeah, it'll be good. It's exciting. It's something I've always dreamed of. I never thought it would actually come true.
How does this compare to the cage?
Playing overtime was insane. Can you just take us through that?
Yeah, we just kind of controlled the puck, I thought, really well. Didn't really force anything. And, we were skating around for a little bit there, so I think maybe that got a little bit tired and, saw a chance to take it to the net. Anytime you're one-on-one with the forward, maybe you can make a move and get a chance. So I saw Draisaitl on me there and thought maybe I could make a move, try and get a scoring chance, and it was a good finish.
How good was it to get the extra point after a performance like Jeff had?
Oh man, how about him tonight? He was amazing. First NHL game, 32 years old, coming in and playing the way he did, close to home for him. That's got to be a great feeling for him. And a little scary there at the end with giving up too late, but he played unbelievable. He was the only reason we were in that game, especially that first period when they were buzzing pretty good. So amazing performance by him. Got to feel so happy for him, and just seeing his smile there after we won, and how happy he was. That can make anyone's night.
It's a tough grind of a season. Is it nice to have something like that, something different, something to get excited about, rally around?
Absolutely. I think we all know Glasser pretty well. He was at a camp this summer with us, and he came up last year during playoffs. He's the nicest guy in the world.
All right, from Patrick Kane, we send it now to the Oilers Hall of Fame room. Todd McClellan standing by.
Yellow penalties.
Absolutely. It's the most baffling thing tonight, and it seems like I explain something different every night when I talk about our penalty kill. Tonight we cheated on the first one. We're going for offense. and we cheated. And the second one, we shouldn't have been penalty killing. Too many men on the ice, completely under control, didn't need to have it, and lost a draw. They shot it past guys, and Telbs was a little bit screened, but I can't explain why we're 30% swing on home and away.
So is this a point you'll take, or was this a point you threw away because you started the game so well?
A bit of both. You know, we had numerous chances to take the lead and take some of the will away from them. They stuck around and they stuck around, and they started to take our will away from us. I thought we got frustrated because the puck wasn't going in the net, and as a result, we got a little loose. They ended up scoring, obviously, on the power play, but we were able to come back and earn the point. But it was a frustrating night for our team and for some individuals.
Draisaitl said he felt, his quote was, Patrick Kane made him look like a junior player on that final play. He was disappointed in himself for a few of the mistakes he made. I know that you sat him in the third period there. Just take us through his night, the low, the high of the goal, and then for that finish.
Well, the good was the goal, and the bad were a few mistakes. And Patrick Kane can make a lot of players, you know, look like that in a one-on-one situation. They had the puck the whole time in overtime, and he made a great play and a great move, and he's done that to many, many players in the NHL that are very skilled and talented like Leon is.
Nugent Hopkins said after the game, maybe you guys could have got more secondary chances on glass. Obviously, big saves, but did you feel you guys generated enough there?
Were we around the
glass? His performance overall and trying to solve them throughout the game.
Well, he played a good game, and a lot of times you get that from a goaltender playing his first night. He's waited his whole life to get here, and I thought he was a rallying point for their team. Made some tremendous saves. We talked about being in and around the eyes and getting secondary chances. Have to watch it again, which we will overnight and tomorrow to see if we were intense enough around that area. But we had 45 on him, and you know, give him credit. He played a hell of a game, and we've seen that movie here before with backup goaltenders or emergency type goaltenders that we don't beat.
Todd, your team game had hit a pretty good pace heading into that break. It's just 2 games since then, but is there something you're sensing is missing that maybe you had in your stride before?
No, we weren't a very smart team in Winnipeg. We've beat that up enough already. I thought tonight we were impatient, and we had some performances from key people that we count on that weren't quite up to par, and you know, it's the frustration part that got us tonight. I thought we got away from our game and got frustrated a little bit.
Todd McClellan on his team's 4-3 overtime loss to the Chicago Blackhawks. A hot and cold night for Leon Draisaitl. Scored that big tying goal late in the period to send things to overtime, but did have some opportunities to make better plays, which he didn't do. So the Oilers do get 1 point out of this one, despite some good performances and bad from a few guys on the team. All right, we'll send it down live to Joel Quenneville.
And, much needed as well, and we're all happy for Glasser.
I mean, you can't expect that to happen, but, you know, is that what you're hoping to happen when you throw an untested guy out there?
I think there's some. I mean, we watch him practice with us. He's been around us for a little bit now, 2 or 3 times, and see him in camp, and he can't say enough good things about his approach, his attitude, his competitiveness. Great teammate, does everything he can to earn the opportunity to play like he got tonight, and took him a long while to get it, but certainly we're happy for him in every way.
Power play also. You got 3 in the last 2 games now.
Yeah, it's the best it's looked all year tonight. We did some good things. Both units were dangerous and scored 2 huge goals, and it was probably the biggest reason why we got 2 points tonight, the power play's effectiveness.
What do you think of Schmaltz playing in center?
Outstanding, you know, him and Kaner and Hartsey. That was a nice line. Schmaltzy had the puck a lot, very dangerous, and an amazing play at the end with Kaner. So it was I thought he was real good in the middle.
Still some concern about the amount of shots given up, the amount of bodies in the crease not being cleared out, especially in those last 2 goals.
Yeah, I think that loose stuff around our net, sure outs, was a thing that kept a couple of pucks sustained in our end. And we get cleaner and neater. You don't have to worry about getting a shot block or getting one off the foot. I mean, those are simple plays that got to be way more predictable and dependable on.
Thank you.
That's the way I like it.
Joel Quenneville on his team's 4-3 victory over the Edmonton Oilers in overtime tonight. They were in Vancouver last night, dropped a 5-2 decision there. Come into this one and came out a little bit sluggish. It was the Oilers in the early on that had a lot of the momentum, but the Hawks were able to stick around, build up a 2-goal lead. The Oilers did force overtime, but eventually it was Patrick Kane with the winner. So Jeff Glass, 32 years old from Calgary, getting his first ever NHL start, making his first ever NHL appearance, was tested early by the Oilers. Leon Draisaitl there on a breakaway. Glass shuts the door later in the period. Oilers on the power play. Jesse Puljujarvi makes it 1-0. Puljujarvi's got 8 on the season. The assists go to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Oscar Klefbom at 14:26 of that first period. But late in the period, it would be the Hawks with the response. Nick Schmaltz throws it over to Patrick Kane, and then there's Ryan Hartman to bang home the garbage. Hartman's got 7 on the season. That one coming at 19:05 of the first period to even things up. Shots 19-11 in favor of the Oil after 1. Into the second period we go now. Hawks on the power play. Alex DeBrinket's 13th of the season gives Chicago the 2-1 lead. That one assisted by Nick Schmaltz at 14:06. Oilers led on the shot clock 31-25 after 2. Then in the third, there's former Oiler Jordan Oesterle scoring his first National Hockey League goal. He bangs it off the crossbar, off the back of Cam Talbot and in. That's a power play marker. Oesterle, of course, spent parts of 3 seasons with the Oilers. The assist to Hinostroza on that one. Later on in the period, the Hawks pressing. And then we'll actually cut to an Oilers goal here. It would be Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scoring his team-leading 15th at 17:41 of the third period from Russell and Puljujarvi to cut the Hawks' lead in half. Then at 19:05 of the third, the Oilers pressing with the net empty. Leon Draisaitl scores his 10th of the season. The assist going to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 3 points on the night for him tonight, and Patrick Maroon to force OT, pick up a point for the Oil. And then there it is, Patrick Kane, the dipsy doodle on Leon Draisaitl, and Cam Talbot makes the first save, but there's Kane to bury his rebound to give the Hawks the 2 points. So the Oil walk away with a single point on this one. They fall to 17-18-3 on the season, 0-1-1 since the Christmas break. They'll get set to tangle with the Winnipeg Jets once again. We saw a great game the other night, a bit of a sloppy one, but highly entertaining. The Oilers will look to get the better of the Jets on Sunday night, the last game of the calendar year. The Jets, of course, without Mark Scheifele, 6 to 8 weeks for him due to a shoulder injury. So the Oil looking to get back into the win column on Sunday and ending 2017 on a positive note. That's it for us tonight. We'll see you Sunday. Thanks for tuning in and have a great weekend.